Hello student, welcome to online class. I am Shyam Dulari from LPM Public School. In this video, I will tell you about chapter 12 of class 5. The name of the story is A Fishy Story. Let's see what is the story. This is an extract from Joram K. Joram humorous book. So it means the name of the author is Joram K. Joram and its book name is The Three Men in a Boat. So this is a part of the story Three Men in a Boat. Let's see who were the three men. First one is the narrator and two his friend. The name of the friend is George and Harry, along with their dog, and the name of the dog is Montmorency. They are on a boating holiday on the river Thames. The name of the river is Thames, and they have gone for boating and they also spending their holiday. One day in a little village inn means a small hotel in a village, that is called inn. They see a most remarkable fish in a glass case. They see a most remarkable fish, it means very fine fish in a glass boat, and that is in a inn, and means that is in a hotel. Now let's read to find more about the fish. Now here the story begin. We stay 2 days on Strally. That is the name of a village. Strally is the name of a village where they stay for 2 days and they are spending their holiday. The neighborhood of Strally and Goring is a great fishing center. Here the people use fishing. The place is very famous for fishing. This is a center of fishing. On the second evening, George and here I is author, George and the author and the dog went for a walk to Waltingford. Waltingford is also a name of a place where they went for walking in the evening. Coming back, we stopped at a little riverside inn. When they are returning, they stop at a inn. It means they stay in a hotel that is in the side of the river. We went in and sat down. They all went inside the hotel and sit there. There was an old fellow and we began chatting. They start talking to each other with. There in a hotel there was an old man and they began to talk with the person. He told us that it has been a fine day that day, and we told him that it had been a fine day the day before, and then we all told each other that we thought it would be a fine day the next day. It means they were talking about the day, that the day is very fine and they hope the next day should be fine. After that, we told him that we were strangers in the neighborhood, that they were new for that place and they are staying the near neighborhood, and that we were going away the next morning. He also said that he will go back in the next morning. Then there was a pause in the conversation and we all wandered around the room. After that, they all become quiet. It means the pause means they become quiet and they're looking round the room. They finally rested upon a dusty old glass fixed high upon a wall and containing a trout. While seeing around the room, they saw a trout in a old glass fix which was dusty, and there was a trout, that is a big a freshwater fish. They have seen a fish in a water cache. It fascinated me which was fascinated the author. That trout, it was such a Montessori fish. Montessori fish means it is very beautiful, fine fish. Oh, said the old gentleman, flying me my eyes. Fine, well, that is it quite uncommon, I murmured, and George asked how much it weighed. To see the fish, George asked how much it weighed. 18 pounds 6 won, said our friend, rising and taking down his coat. The old man told that the fish was more than 18 pounds. Yes, it was 16 years ago, and I caught him just before the bridge with a minnow. Minnow is a small fish. The old man told that he has caught this fish 16 years ago, and he has caught with the help of a minnow. It means that is with the help of a small fish. You don't see very fine fish of that side now. Well, good night, gentlemen, and out we went and left us alone. After telling this, the old man said good night, and he went to his room, lefting the author and his friend alone in the hotel. We could not take our eye off the fish after that. It really was a fine fish. It means the fish is very beautiful, and their eyes were not off from the fish. We were still looking at when the local carriage who had just stopped in the inn come to the door and of the room and also look at the fish. After some time, a carriage come to the door and he also look at the fish. Good sized trout, that, said George, turning round to him. George said that the fish has very good size. He told to the carriage, that is a carriage is a person, that is, you can say, a porter who used to carry the things. Oh, you might well stay that, sir, replied the man, and then he added, maybe you wasn't here, sir, when that was caught. He said that when the fish was caught, I think you were not here. No, we told them we are strange in the neighborhood. And the author replied that they are neighbor, and they have strange, that means they are uncommon for the place. It was nearly 5 years ago that I caught the trout, said the carriage. Then the carriage said that he has caught the fish 5 years ago. Oh, was it you who caught? Said I. Then it is referred to author. Author said that you have caught the fish. Yes, sir, replied the fellow. I caught him on Friday afternoon, and remarkable things about it is, and I caught him with a fly. He said that he has caught the fish with the help of a fly, that is an insect. Well, you see, the weight 26 pound, and he said that the weight of the fish is 26 pound. Good night, gentlemen, good night. Again, then he said good night, and he also went on. 5 minutes afterward, a third person came and described how he had caught the trout early one morning. Then he left, and a middle-aged individual come in and sat down the window. No one spoken of a while. Then George turned to him and said, I begged your pardon, my friend, and I would be much obliged if you would tell how you caught the trout up there. It means then, When the after that a third person came, and he also told that how he has catch the trout. And then a middle-aged person come, and one by one and another person come, and they also say that they have caught the fish. But then a middle-aged person come who sit in the corner. He was not speaking to anyone by the window, and no one spoken. Then George turned him and he begged that, please sir, tell me how you have caught the fish. Then what he said? Who told you I caught the trout? I was surprised question. He was very surprised that who told them that he has caught the fish. We said that nobody had told, but we felt that you felt that it was he who had caught it. Well, is it most remarkable things? Answered the stranger, laughing, because you are quite right. I did caught it. But imagine your guessing is like that. Dear me, it is really the most remarkable things. And then he told us how it had taken him half an hour to catch it, and how it had broken the road. This person told that he has caught the fish and he has taken half an hour to catch it, and while catching he has broken his fishing rod. He said that his weight is carefully when he reached home, and it was 34 pounds. This person said that the weight of the fish is 34 pounds. Here the carriage told that the weight of the fish is 26 pounds. And in the beginning, the old man said that the weight of the fish is 18. Now let's see what happened. When he was gone, the owner of the inn came. When this person also gone, the main owner of the hotel came in. He told him the various story. We told him the various story we had heard about trout, and we all laughed. When the owner of the hotel came, the author told all the story who has come and what they have told, that how they have caught the fish. Then the owner also laughed, and they all laughed together. Imagine Jim Bate and Geo Mongols and Mr. John and old Billy Murders all tell you that they had caught it. These are the name of the person who has come one by one and told the story of the fish how they have caught. Ha ha ha, well, that is good, said the honest old fellow. And then he told the real history of the fish. It was who caught it years ago when he was a boy. Now this person also, the main owner of the hotel, is also said that he has caught the fish, and 1 year ago he has caught the fish when a year ago he has caught the fish when he was a boy. When he had left the room, George and I again turned our gaze upon the fish. When he also went out, George and the author start looking the fish. It really was the most astonishing trout. The fish was very beautiful, and it is very astonishing fish. It excited George so much that he climbed upon the back of the chair to get better view of it. And then the chair slipped, and George clutched wildly on the trout case to save himself, and down it came with crash. George and the chair on the top of it. George tried to see the fish from the near, and for that he had stand upon the chair, but the chair slipped and George fell down on the fish case, and together he has broken the fish case. "Who? You haven't injured the fish, have you?" I cried, alarmed, rushing up. The otter cried that, "Have you injured the fish, haven't you?" "I hope not," said George, rushing cautiously and looking about. But he had. What he said? The trout struggled into 1,000 fragments. What they said that the trout were broken in 1,000 pieces. I say 1,000, but it didn't count me. It means the author has not counted, but just he has said it is broken in 1,000. It means it was broken as badly that it has so many pieces. It broken in so many pieces. Broken up into a little pieces like that. But then we discover why it did. Then they have found out why the fish is broken. Actually, the fish was made of plaster of Paris. It was not a real fish. It was an artificial fish, and all the story with the persons were told were false. They have just make them fool, and the fish was made of plaster of Paris. This is the story of a fishy story. I hope you have understood. Thank you.